Gold Squad TV. All right, man. So Jay Williams, former Duke point guard, running his mouth, talking about LeBron James is the undisputed GOAT over Michael Jordan. You know, everybody's entitled to their opinion. There's one thing of having an opinion, and there's another thing of being completely stupid. Jay Williams is in a category of completely stupid. And honestly, I'm going to keep it a bean with you. I've never liked Jay Williams. Hated him as a player at Duke. He fucked up his career in the NBA. And it really don't matter whether I like him or not. Jay Williams has no business speaking about who's the GOAT. Especially when he never fulfilled his expectations as a player. LeBron James is nowhere near Michael Jordan's stratosphere. And don't matter how much ESPN tries to have this debate, which to me is stuff that I stay away from. I stay away from these GOAT debates. Only because it always diminishes another player's greatness in order to put another player ahead. Now, I'm a Michael Jordan head. So I'm always going to pick Michael over everyone. But I'm not here to diminish LeBron James of what he does as a player. Like, I have no reason to feel that way. So I really get mad. I really get tired of hearing these tired, pointless debates. The only way you would ever be able to solve this debate is if those two were to be able to play against one another. And I have news for you. Michael's almost 60 years old. And LeBron's about to be damn near 37, 36, 37 years old soon. We're not going to see that. At the end of the day, I get tired of Jay Williams. People like Jay Williams piss me off. ESPN pisses me off. But Jay Williams pisses me off. You can't sit there and say LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan, considering the era that they played in. Michael played in a much tougher era. There was less three-point shooting, less spread out. You could hand check. You could play physical. LeBron never played in that era. LeBron played in an era where there was no hand checking, more spread, more three-point shooting. You couldn't even breathe on a player if they fouled him. LeBron's gotten the benefit of foul calls, which is why I find it comedic that he even went off on the whole Baylor UConn game for that foul when he's the king of getting calls called in his direction. Now, I'm not saying LeBron wouldn't play well in the era that Michael played in. I could see LeBron winning a title or two in that era. Do I think LeBron would be as great as per se and freely as great and when he had played as long? Have he played in the previous era? No. LeBron had Wade, Bosh, Kevin Love, Kyrie Irving, now Anthony Davis. You're not going to tell me Michael only had Pippen. And you're going to tell me those first three championships, Pippen was the only all-star on that team. And Pippen didn't become an all-star until the year they won the title. Michael was already a 7-time, like a 5 or 6-time all-star by the time Pippen went to his first. Michael, had he not retired, you do understand when Michael retired the second time, he was third all-time in NBA scoring. He did that really just in the majority of his scoring, if you exclude the Wizard years, was done in Chicago. You do know that Karl Malone had to play 3 more seasons after Michael's second retirement just to get close to passing him until Michael came back. And by then, Malone had already had enough momentum to pass him on the scoring list. you do know had Michael played another 3 or 4 years, he would have probably passed Kareem in less time than LeBron ever had to pass Kobe in the scoring list. LeBron has the benefit of being able to have modern day nutrition in a different game which doesn't involve physical play that benefits him. That's not to sit there and say he wouldn't do well in any other era because he's a physical beast. I'm saying that he probably wouldn't be as great as he is now had he played in Jordan's era. Still would have won titles. He wouldn't have won as much as Michael. And Michael was by far the undisputed king of that era. Can't sit there and say LeBron James is better than Michael. And yes, I don't care what people have to say. LeBron could do whatever he wants. He will never pass Michael. He could pass Michael in championships. It still ain't going to make him better. 7-6 versus 6-0. You just got one more title than Michael, but 6 losses. Right now, he's 4-6. Last time I checked, 4-6 doesn't make you undisputed GOAT over Michael. And they'll always pull, oh, he had Pippen. Well, LeBron had Wade. LeBron had Bosh. LeBron had Kyrie. LeBron had Kevin Love. LeBron had Anthony Davis. I don't want to hear it. LeBron, the truth of the matter is, and this is not a knock on LeBron, but unlike Michael could have won a title regardless of who he played with. To where LeBron needs to win the titles because LeBron's a pass first guy. He's not even a scorer. You know, his game is operated off of passing and distribution. So their games are totally different animals anyway. So LeBron drives off being able to move the ball, getting ball movement, and passing. He won his titles being able to get those other guys involved. And then he went and got his. Or Michael, yeah, he had role players step up. But for the most part, if Michael don't play in those finals, ain't nobody talking about the Bulls being any type of champion. As a matter of fact, since everybody always wants to talk about Pippen and Rodman didn't start in the 98 finals. He was off the bench. Tony Kukoc, who's not a Hall of Famer, played as the starter. Scottie Pippen had a bad back that last year in that playoffs. Michael literally led those Bulls by himself and willed the Bulls by himself in that Utah series. He averaged 40-something points a game in that series. He had 45 points in the clinching game. The game when he hit the shot. He had 45 points. Don't get me started. And how many signature games Michael's had to where LeBron doesn't really have, outside of that Boston playoff series when they were down 3-2 and LeBron had the 40-something points, or the Game 7 against San Antonio when he had 40-something points or 30-something points. He doesn't have signature games like Michael in the playoffs. Michael has 50, 60-point games in the playoffs. The number 55, the double nickel, was prevalent before he ever put the 55 in the Garden in that regular season game. You don't believe me? Ask the Knicks. All I got to tell you is Michael was the undisputed GOAT. He still is the undisputed GOAT. Remember, LeBron James been to a few Game 7s in the finals. Michael was so dope, he ain't have to see a Game 7. Always went to a Game 6, and that was it. He ended you with 6, and that was it. Every time. I'm going to take Michael over LeBron any day of the week. Don't let these fools like Jay Williams, these LA Laker fans at ESPN, try to sit there and disrespect the GOAT. That said, I hate these discussions. I personally don't like them because, like I said, you got to disrespect somebody to put somebody ahead. I don't like Jay Williams. He doesn't care that I don't like him. I don't really give two shits about Jay Williams. I never liked him. Him and his coke sniffing nose. I don't know why his opinion even matters on this. He didn't play even enough. Barely, only played one legit season in the NBA. He doesn't really have a right to say shit about this subject. You can sit there and say, I don't have a right because I never played in the NBA. But you know what? The fans have more of a right to speak on this than Jay Williams does. I'll tell you that right now. Gold Squad TV. Leave your comments down below. Peace.